Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we've got game 3 against the Cubs today. I don't remember who we've got coming up next, but I guess we'll worry about that tomorrow. We have won the first 2 games against the Cubs, though they've both been fairly close. First game was more exciting. As you can see, the normal guys in the lineup today. Graves on the mound. All right, Meister is Turris going to lead off the game. First pitch in there for a strike. Has an 0-2 count, and he will go down swinging. One away, here is Santana.
Great Santana. Second baseman.
First pitch in there for a strike. Slider hits the dirt. Up the middle, and that will get through for the first hit of the day. So Santana a little speedier than I remember. So here's Carlos Pena, whose job security is probably feeling a little iffy right now. Almost hits into a double play, barely beats the return throw to first. So here's Carlos Quinton. 2 down with a runner on first. He is starting off with a 1-1 count. Graves puts that way inside. And back over the plate for a swing and a miss. 2-2. Curveball gets a swing and a miss for strike 3. Well, so Cubs with a hit but no runs. Kester's going to lead it off for the Squirrels. Looks to be the same lineup we've seen out of the Cubs. Carlos Zambrano on the mound. Which I feel like typically Zambrano pitches very tough against us, but the last year or so we've started to hit him pretty regularly. So we'll see how it goes this year. Kester started off with the ground ball. Marvin looks at a strike, and he will bat left-handed. Pitch was inside, and then it fouled away. That'll make it 1-2. Called strike 3. 2 down. Here is Chief. I'm not sure he actually got a hit yesterday. Look at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. And that slider goes a bit too far outside. There's a base hit out of Chief right into center field. Stoltz will get it in to keep it at a single. But it does put a runner on base for Terry, who finally got another home run yesterday. He is tied for second in the National League, one behind Albert Pujols. Mike Lowell also has 14. That's just a base hit. Oh, and I should add, well, now after that hit, Terry and Chief are tied for the hit leaders in the majors, both with 91 now. Both had 90 coming into today, but back-to-back hits keeps them tied. So here's Frank, 2 on, both in scoring position with 2 out. And that fastball about got away. That was put right into the zone, and Frank did what he should have with it, drove it right into the left center gap. A 2-run double gives the Squirrels an early lead. I definitely feel like the Zambrano we are seeing here in 2014 is not the Zambrano we were seeing back in 2008. So here's Tom. He puts a ground ball foul. That'll give him an 0-2 count. Runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Swing and a miss to end the inning. The Squirrels take an early 2-0 lead. They do so on 3 hits. We go to the second inning where Rongo Rongo is going to lead it off for Chicago. Graves starts things off with a slider in there for strike 1. Towards the middle, and it will get through for a base hit. I actually thought Joey was going to have a play on that one, but a leadoff single instead brings Orlando Cabrera to the plate. Backdoor slider for strike 1. Backdoor curveball for strike 2. Inside fastball for strike 3. 1 away, here's Telemaco. First pitch catches the outside corner. Hit towards the middle. This time Joey will get a hold of it, and that will turn into a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. So the Cubs with a couple hits, but no runs on the day, not the inning. 2-0 Squirrels as we go to the bottom half of the second. Zach is going to lead things off at the plate. First pitch is in there for a strike. Zach puts this into left field. That'll get down for a leadoff single. So here is Joey. Cutter, I think, cutting a little bit too far. Curveball's over for a strike. 1-1. This one's down by Joey's feet. Makes it 2-1. Ooh, this could be a double play ball. See how Santana, though, not with a quick turn, but quick enough to get Joey, who is not blindingly fast, make that a 6-4-3 double play the other way. So Graves at the plate, hitting .263 on the year, which is amazing for him. He's got an 0-2 count at the moment. Swings and misses for strike 3, and that will end the second inning. Squirrels still ahead 2-0. The Cubs will start off with Stoltz at the plate. Graves starts things off with a changeup that is called strike 1. And that changeup bounces in. Slider in the dirt. It's 2-1. There's another ball in the strike zone to make it 2-2. Gets a swing and a miss on a curveball for strike 3. 1 away. Here is Zambrano. 133, not a good average for him. He was a very good hitting pitcher who would hit for some power, actually. Puts this in the air. Frank is... oh, not going to get there. Takes it off a bounce. That'll drop in for a base hit. 4 strikeouts for Graves, the first time through the Cubs order, and his Turris was one of those. He's got a 1-1 count at right now. Ground ball to third. Chief on to second. Kester on to first, not in time. 2 away with the runner on first. Santana got a base hit in his first at-bat, and he'll start off with a high slider for strike 1. Fastball in there for strike 2. This changeup is pulled foul. Still 0-2. Chases the high fastball, grounds it to Joey. That will end the top half of the inning. 2-0 Squirrels as we go to the bottom of the third, where Kester will lead things back off again. Zambrano managed 3 strikeouts, the first time through the Squirrels order. Kester not one of them. He ground out. I don't remember where. Got a 1-1 count in this at bat, and he will hit this into center field. That should be a base hit, though Stoltz was playing in, but still fell in front of him. So leadoff single brings Marvin to the plate. He was a strikeout victim the first time up. Oh, Marvin started to show bunt, and instead Kester is going to get thrown out stealing. Not even that close out there, to be real honest. So 1-1 count with 1 out, and the base is now empty. And that splitter will run outside. Called strike on an iffy pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. 2 down, here is Chief. Got a base hit and then came around to score back in the first inning. That pitch is up and away. And this down in the dirt. Fouled away, that'll make it a 2-1 count. This catches the outside corner to make it 2-2. Looks at it again on the outside corner for strike 3. And that will end the third inning. We go into the fourth. Squirrels leading 2-0. Carlos Pena will lead things off.
Number 23, Carlos Pena.
First pitch to Pena is called a strike. Another called strike makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Number 20, Carlos.
Yep. So here's Carlos Quinton, and he will look at a strike. That pitch just a bit off the plate, brings it back over and gets a swing and a miss. 1-2. Throws a changeup, it gets popped up. Tom, I do believe, will have this, and he does. A foul out for Carlos Quinton brings Rongo Rongo to the plate. Got a base hit up the middle in his first at bat. He'll look at a strike here. He's already got a base hit and caught a fast runner stealing. So he's not had a bad day today. He's got a 1-2 count in this at bat. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will end the top of the fourth. The bottom half of the inning, Squirrels leading by 2, and they will have Terry at the plate. Terry with a double in his first at bat, and he also came around to score back in the first. Has an 0-2 count here. And that splitter misses. Terry doesn't go fishing. Hits this one into center. Stoltz should have it. And he does. So they will remain tied at 91. So here's Frank. He had the 2 RBI double back in the first inning. Looks at a slider for strike 1. Swings and misses at a curveball. Ground off to Pena, who will step on the bag for the second out of the inning. So here's Tom. He struck out in his first at-bat. He'll look at strike 1 here. Ground ball back to Zambrano. Has to wait on a hop, but still has plenty of time to end the inning. We go into the fifth. It's still a 2-0 Squirrels lead. The Cubs will start off with Orlando Cabrera. Cabrera struck out in his first at-bat. He will start off with strike 1 here. Hits this one towards first and just out of Terry's range. Foul. 0-2. Slider gets a ground ball to third. 1 away. That will bring Telemaco to the plate. He hit into a double play his first time up, so I guess he probably won't be doing that this time. He's got a 2-0 count, and he'll swing and miss at a changeup to make it 2-1. Hits this one back to Graves, who gets it to first for the second out of the inning. Stoltz struck out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike one to start off this at-bat. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Looks at strike three to end the top of the fifth inning. We'll go to the second half of the game. Squirrels leading 2-0. And they will start off with Zach at the plate. Zach got a base hit in his first at-bat, and he will pop this one up right close to the plate. Rongo makes the catch. Here's Joey, who hit into a double play his first time up. Looks at strike one. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Ground ball to short. Cabrera to first. 2 down. Here's Graves. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. First pitch runs low, maybe outside as well. This one down and in. 2-0 count. Graves still sitting at 250 after the strikeout. Still has a 3-0 count in this at-bat. Swings, and it's a ground ball to short. No problem for Cabrera. That'll end the fifth. We go into the sixth inning where Zambrano is due to lead off for the Cubs. Squirrels still leading 2-0.
Number 38, Carlos Zambrano.
Zambrano with the base hit in his first at-bat, and he will foul out here on the first pitch. One away. Here is Isturis. 0 for 2. Graves only added 3 strikeouts, the second trip through the order. Say only. Still a third of the order. Isturis with an 0-2 count to start off the third go-around, and he will put this into center field for a base hit.
Number 069.
Here's Santana. He's 1 for 2, and make that 1 for 3. Pops that one up right at the plate. 2 away. Here's Carlos Pena. He's 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. Looks at strike one to start off this at-bat. Looks at strike two to make it 0-2. And watches that for the first ball. Swings and misses at a curveball, and that will bring us to the bottom of the sixth inning. Kester's going to lead things off. Squirrels still have that same 2-0 lead that they've had since the first inning. Kester will start off with a strike on the outside corner. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Called strike three. 1 away. Here is Marvin. He has struck out in both at-bats. He's 2 of Zambrano's 6 strikeouts. Marvin's got an 0-2 count. Pops this one up in the air. Zambrano will take it himself in front of the mound. 2 away, and here is Chief. He is 1 for 2 today. Swings and misses. Puts us into center field, but Stoltz just has to jog in a little bit to make the catch. And we'll go to the 7th inning. Carlos Quinton due to lead off for the Cubs. It's a 2-0 Squirrels lead. So we will go get Jones. Graves has done his work today. He will go into Chief's spot, which will bring, not Martinez, will bring Sweeney into the game.
Your attention, please. Now coming up against Indianapolis, number 25, Jones.
right, Quinton 0 for 2, a strikeout and a foul out. Looks at strike one. This pitch runs inside. Grounds this one to second. Kester over to first. One away. Here's Rongo. He is 1 for 2. He's behind on that first fastball. Swings and misses at a breaking ball. Into right field, and that will be a base hit. Runner on first with 1 out. Sorry, I knew as soon as I started to say that, I started doubting myself. This could be 3. Ground ball to second, and that will indeed be a 4-6-3 double play. That brings us to the 7th inning stretch. Terry on the other side. Squirrels leading 2-0. Zambrano's still on the mound, and why not? Like I said, he's not given up much of anything since the first inning. And even that wasn't a disaster. Terry, line drive down the line, but Pena makes a pretty good play. So they will still remain tied with 91 hits apiece. Frank looks at a strike. He's driven in both runs today, back in his first at-bat. Fouls this pitch away to make it an 0-2 count. This will not get over his tourist head at third, and that will give us 2 outs in the inning. Tom 0 for 2 so far. Or this is still the third go-around. He's got a 2-0 count. There's a called strike. Grounds this to short, and that will be the end of the inning. So we go to the 8th inning. Telemaco is due to lead off. Both teams with 5 hits, but the Squirrels with the 2 runs. Oh boy, I've already forgotten who made that last out. It was Tom, okay. But notice how I went straight to the score and didn't mess around trying to do it from this screen. So let's get Hermida into Tom's spot, which will bring Martinez into the game this time.
Your attention, please. Now come right pitch for Indianapolis. Number 17, Hermida.
All right, Telemaco is 0 for 2. Put the ball on the ground both times, one of them for a double play. So that first curveball is down and in. This is low as well, maybe also inside. There, gets a swing and a miss on a curveball. This is put into shallow left. Sweeney's going to get back and make that catch. 1 away. Here's Stoltz. He is struck out in both at-bats so far today, and he'll look at strike 1 here. Curveball in there for strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here comes Carlos Zambrano. He is 1 for 2 today. Dropped a bloop right in front of Frank way back in the first part of the game. I forget what inning he came up in. It's got a 2-1 count at the moment. He will swing and miss at a curveball to make it 2-2. Grounds this one to Terry, who will step on the bag, and that will be that. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, where Frank is due to lead off.
Number
Zambrano out there to work the 8th. Starts with the ball in. He's not even wiping his brow yet, I should know. That's the cutter's called a strike, makes it 1-1. That pitch a bit high. Hits a ground ball to short. Cabrera takes care of that. 1 away. Here's Joey. He's 0 for 2 today. He will put this fair down the left field line. He's trying for second base. Here comes a throw. Not in time. So Joey with a 1-out double down the line. All right, that'll put Sweeney at the plate for his first at-bat with a runner in scoring position and only 1 out. Shoots this one down the right field side, but it is foul. That curveball not anywhere close. Fastball down in the dirt, 2-1. Zambrano is finally starting to wipe his brow as Sweeney looks at a strike, and apparently Zambrano is not going to be able to continue. His elbow seems to have given out. So Chicago will turn to Manny Corpus to try to keep this game where it is. And Sweeney 2-2, so he's going to have to be swinging right off, which he doesn't, and he strikes out. That's how that works. So Kester to the plate with 2 outs and a runner still in scoring position. He will put this through the left side of the infield, but it will not score a run. So here is Marvin batting left-handed. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Swings and misses. They check over on first. Called strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Well, we'll go to the 9th inning. It's a 2-0 Squirrels lead. Defended it the whole game. Cubs at the top of their order. Though I can't imagine we won't see David Ortiz hit for Pena at this point. But we will go get Shibuya into Marvin's spot, which will put Miyake into the game.
Your attention, please. Now come on to pitch for Indianapolis. Number 13, Shibuya.
All right, Asturis is 1 for 3. Got a base hit in his last at-bat. Looks at strike 1 here. Grounds this one to Joey. 1 away. So here is Santana. He is 1 for 3. Got a base hit in his first at-bat. Smacks this one just foul down the first base line. This breaking ball doesn't quite break enough. Fastball put towards the middle. Joey can't get there. That'll be a base hit, and that will bring the tying run to the plate. At the moment, it's Carlos Pena, but we will indeed see David Ortiz. You might remember he homered to tie the game in the first game of this series and then hit one that Zach caught leaning against the wall yesterday. So he has been hot, and Shibuya hasn't scared him off much. He's got an 0-2 count right now, though. Shibuya actually gets him to pop out. Kester makes the catch. Ortiz finally rendered harmless. Cubs down to their final out in the form of Carlos Quinton, who will look at strike 1. Hits a ground ball to short, throw on to first, and that is your ball game. Final score today, Chicago Cubs 0, Indianapolis Squirrels 2. They were all close for a team that's now 2 games under 500. They played us very tough. Imagine we'll be in Wrigley after the off day on Friday. That seems to be where Sweeney hits all of his home runs, so got that to look forward to. All right, Frank is your player of the game. Drove in both runs back in the first inning. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. We've got a game tomorrow, but I have no idea who or where, so I guess come back tomorrow to find that out. We'll see you then.